Hey everybody, welcome back. Today 3.6 perpendicular and parallel lines is what we will be learning today. There's going to be a couple of postulates, a couple of theorems. Get ready to go. So the very first postulate of today is going to be if there is a line and a point not on a line, then there is exactly one line through the point parallel to the given line. So in other words, if I give you line, let's say that's line L, we have point M, there is exactly one line through point M that is parallel to line L, and that would be something like this. That line right there, is exactly, there's only one line that can take that trajectory to make it parallel to line L. Okay, make sure you write that down. Next one. Kind of the same idea, except it's that if there's a line at a point not on the line, then there's exactly one line through the point perpendicular to the given line. So again, we have our line L, we have our point M. There's exactly one line through point M that is perpendicular to line L. Only one. Again, only one line with that exact trajectory. All right. Make sure you have that written down. Moving on. Our first of two theorems. If two lines are parallel to the same line, then they are parallel to each other. So, if I give you line A, line B, and line C, and I tell you that A is parallel to B and B is parallel to C, that means that A will be parallel to C. It's going to be very similar to your transitive property, but there's a theorem now. Theorem 3.11. That's going to be if two lines are parallel to the exact same lines, then they are parallel to each other. Need to know that. Here's our last theorem of the day. Please write this down in a plane. It says if two lines are perpendicular to the same line, then they are parallel to each other. So we know if we have our line, again, here's our example, line A, we have, I'm going to say this is line X, and this is going to be line M. 3 random letters. It says if X and M, XM, are going to be perpendicular to line A, then X and M have to be parallel. And why that is because now both of these angles are 90 degrees. So what would be the opposite side, or the opposite measure of that angle? That would also be 90 degrees, which makes those corresponding angles, which in turn, if those two lines are going to be congruent, those two angles are congruent, they are corresponding angles, which means we know that X and M are parallel. Sweet! Let's get to a couple examples. Here's this very first one. You don't have to write this first sentence. I believe you know what a ladder is. But it says each rung on the ladder is parallel to the rung immediately below it. So, and what a rung is that's going to be on this wonderful, beautiful drawing. That's basically each step of a ladder. So, explain why line L is parallel to line P. Since each rung is parallel to the previous rung, or immediately below it, we can clearly say, you can notice that line L is parallel to line M, which is then parallel to N. N is going to be parallel to O. O is going to be parallel to P. So, because all of these lines are parallel, we can use the transitive property and our theorem that we just learned, meaning that if two lines are parallel to the exact same line, then they are going to be parallel to each other. So L and P are parallel to each other for that exact reason. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. this is the last problem of the day. Okay, nice, short lesson. So what I want you to do is I want you to find the value of x that makes line R and line Q parallel to each other. So because of what you do to set up this problem, it will make line R and line Q parallel to each other. I want to see what you can come up with. Give it a shot. Alright, so in order for us to be able to set up an equation that would allow us to find that value of x, okay, we are going to be putting 5x plus 10, of course, okay, but we are going to make this equal to that angle. Now, why would we do that? Well, the reason behind it is because if we know that 5x plus 10 is equal to that angle right there, we know that they then have to be corresponding angles. When we have corresponding angles congruent, thus making those two lines would be parallel. Okay, remember our converse to corresponding angles theorem. Okay, so we're going to set 5x plus 10 equal to 90 degrees. Okay, from here we're going to subtract 10, get down and dirty with our algebra. 5x is equal to 80. And when we divide by 5, we get x is equal to 1/6, which is 16. So our answer to x is x equals 16 for the sole fact that because we can set up the equation of 5x plus 10 equal to 90 because of our corresponding angles. We want to make sure we know that those are two corresponding angles and that they're congruent. That's all I have for you today. I will see you tomorrow. Enjoy your day.